Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host BKP, and it's time for North Georgia Senior Living. We usually have the Community Relations Director from Cameron Hall, Jesse Barton. I always like to make sure I can say all that with us, but we have two special guests this morning. We have Macy Dotson, and let's see, do I know you?
You do.
I think I do know this young lady over here, Lark Rittenberry. Now, this is supposed to be North Georgia Senior Living, so you cannot be over here oohing and on over the puppy, okay? We have to stay focused, but we do always, and Jesse loves it too, because the next segment coming up is our pet of the week, and we have a beautiful puppy over there, right?
Yes.
All right, stay focused. I know when they come, they get us off. So we always have on North Georgia Senior Living, again, Cameron Hall in Ellijay. Ladies, we want to talk this morning about the physical dimension of wellness. So Macy, give us a little bit on that.
So at Cameron Hall, we have 5 dimensions of wellness that we focus on, and the physical benefit of wellness is one of them. It's really when seniors sit at home and they're not in a facility like Cameron Hall, they tend to confide to a room and they don't tend to get up and move. At Cameron Hall, we have daily exercise programs with them. We're constantly getting up and taking them out. Just this week, we took them out to the Blue Ridge Community Theater. So we're all the time going on trips, and we're up and down, and they're not sitting in their room all day.
Now, do you notice with seniors, and I say I have some personal, personally understand this from my family. Do you see with seniors, like, and I want to say push, but you have to push them to maybe get up, do things, and then they feel much better and they're glad they do.
It's one of those things to where if you sit down and you don't ever move, when you do get up to move, it's going to be a whole lot harder for you. So we don't just come out and say, hey, you need to get up. We plan fun activities that get them up and moving, but they're still enjoying themselves, so it doesn't feel like they're exercising.
Okay, Lark, are you paying attention, or are you listening to that little puppy cry?
I'm paying attention.
All right, that little puppy, because I was going to say I'm trying to pay attention. You got the poor little puppy over there. Lark, what about the 5? Now, I don't want to give you the test on the 5 dimensions of wellness, but if I was to ask you, do you know them?
Probably not.
Probably not all 5?
Probably not, because that's not my specialty.
All right, what is your specialty?
Well, I mean, I try to convince them to do it. Sometimes I round them for exercise, and sometimes they do take a little push. Sometimes you have to be like, hey, I'll be there. I'll miss you if you're there, something like that. And usually that gets them to come. You know, you have to show them love before usually they'll do it.
Well, you encourage them, and you encourage them, and in senior living, I would think you would start losing muscle tone and things like that. So it's important. So if I asked you the 5 dimensions of wellness, because Jesse sometimes has to go
physical, emotional, spiritual, physical. Did I say physical?
Yeah. I should know them by
Intellectual
now.
and social.
Got it. Got the 5. There you go.
They all end with
but and the reason I bring up the 5 dimensions of wellness is because even though you ladies work in the physical side to get them up and exercise, and if it's just walking down the hall and coming back or whatever it may be, movement is you have to make sure. But the 5 dimensions all go together for wellness for seniors.
Yes, and we focus on these 5 dimensions, and we do something physical with them 7 days a week. Because they all work together to have that well-rounded lifestyle, because a lot of people think when you get older you can't exercise, you can't do anything, especially when you go to like an assisted living or personal care home. But we tailor our activities and our exercises to fit even those who can hardly do anything. They're moving, they're getting up, and it's encouraging to them when they're like, oh, I can do this, I can still exercise. And it builds self-confidence, I think. And once you get up and you get moving, I think your day starts a whole lot better.
When you start out, if someone starts saying, no, I don't feel up to it today, or I don't want to do it, what do you start doing to encourage them that, maybe, hey, you have family members coming this weekend
Yeah.
or later? What are some of the things you do to encourage them that this is part of the 5 and you really need to do this?
Well, we start off, we tell them, how important that it is. But if they're just like, I don't like to exercise, but we have a putt-putt golf little thing outside.
Yes.
So it's like, come on, let's go play putt-putt golf. It might not be, sitting there doing their body recall in the mornings, but they're walking outside, they're picking up the putter, they're putting the ball, they're walking around, they're moving still. So even if they're not doing the conventional exercises, we're getting them up and we're getting them moving. Even if they tell us no, we just think of other ways.
Macy and Lark, I really appreciate you being here. North Georgia Senior Living from Cameron Hall. Jesse Barton is the Community Relations Director. We've been here talking this morning about the physical dimension of wellness. There's 5 dimensions of wellness that they work on, a well-balanced, a
Yes.
full circle that all goes together for the dimensions of wellness at Cameron Hall. We've been talking about the physical dimension of getting up, movement, going in activities.
Yes.
You went to the Blue Ridge Community
Yes.
Theater. That's part of staying active.
Yes.
And you have something every day.
Every single day. We have probably minimum 5 activities a day. We start at 10 o'clock in the morning and we don't end till 6 o'clock at night. So we have a full 8 hours.
Cameron Hall, go to their website, call Cameron Hall, and talk to Jesse Barton, the Community Relations Director. If you're anything, you have questions on North Georgia Senior Living, I call her the North Georgia Senior Living Concierge, and she will help you through any discussion you have to have concerning senior living in our area. Ladies, thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Now, you can't take the puppy home. You want to, but well, if you want to, you can. I can't tell you can't. I just don't want to get in trouble with someone's mother and say,
Like
"Who-"
mine.
I didn't say that out loud. You did. Folks, North Georgia Senior Living, you can always find these segments on our YouTube channel, FYN TV, Fetch Your News playlist, North Georgia Senior Living. Share them with your friends. We're going to take a brief break, and then Frank will be here, right?
Frank.
Yeah, Frank's coming in. We'll explain after these messages.